Hi, my name is Sarah Hegde, and I'm one of the co-coordinators for our Young Activist Leaders program. I'm 15 years old and a sophomore at Lewis and Clark High School. I first got involved with YALP in January of 2019. My dad knew someone involved, so when we saw the table at the Women's March, I put my information down and I jumped in a little late in the year. I'd never been a part of something that wasn't either through school or a sport, so I was pretty excited to join. I also wouldn't call myself an activist at this time. I would go to some local marches or rallies with my families, but I definitely hadn't found my voice yet. And looking back, I think that that's one of the most important things that being in YALP has taught me. So as I went to the YALP meetings, I was really surprised how much I was learning every time, especially for me because it was so new to the social justice world. I was being introduced to topics and then doing a deep dive on them in only an hour and a half. That's one of the reasons I think YALP is so special, is because it's actually for all levels of previous knowledge. I never felt like I was behind or like I was a burden for asking questions, even though the other participants were way more experienced than me. That's another thing I really enjoyed, is that I learned from the participants too. This aspect kept me really engaged and wanted to be really committed to the program. It also felt like the first time I had found people that really thought like me, and I never got that in school or sports, so that was also really amazing. So usually for the fall sessions of YALP, we learn a certain amount of organizing content, and then we put that to use by planning an event. And that year, the event we decided to plan was called the Young Activist Leaders Forum. I had never planned an event like this before, but I was just so surprised about how much content we learned earlier in the year directly applied to organizing. It was a pretty successful event. We had a good turnout. Looking back, there's just so much I would do different, but I've kind of realized over time that that was kind of the point, to learn long-term and short-term about organizing. So thinking back about like the person I am and like what I've learned and what I've done, that event seems so insignificant, and it's just like in a little room, but it was the first event that I ever had a part in organizing, so that's actually really important. In August of 2019, Liz told me that PJALS had applied and received a grant to hire 2 new organizers to run YALP, and she had asked me. I was really excited because YALP had already had such a huge impact on me, and I was just really excited for it to continue to grow. So now I'm a staff member at PJALS, and I could not be happier. When I first started, Taylor Weech was the other person that was running the program with me, and she's someone who's been involved with PJALS for a really long time. I've learned so much from her, and I'm just thankful for her every day. And now Taylor's moved, and Ivy Pete is the other youth organizer that runs the program with me, and she's just an amazing organizer, an amazing activist. I just think so highly of her. YALP has given me this opportunity to find community and to find who I am, and I know that all these relationships that I've built will last forever. Before I started YALP, I didn't consider myself an activist, but now I know it's one of the most important labels that I can give myself, and PJALS gave that to me, and I think I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life.